So let's see how can we change this state. First of all, we're going to change just this text, right? Just to give you a visual representation of what is exactly, how can we transpose that into what we want to see, which is going to be this, okay? I think it's an important concept here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. So first of all of that has to happen where? Well, all this event has to happen when we press this button, click this button, right? Create account in this case. So what I need to do is on pressed here. In fact, I can move this on pressed to the bottom. All you do is just select all and you Alt or Option and arrow down. So you notice you start moving it to the bottom like that, okay? You can move up or down. Remember, it's Alt or Option and then arrow up and down to move certain statements. Okay, so I want this to be there. So what is that I want to happen here? Well, the first thing, we want to set the state, right? To make sure that we understand when we click, we toggle a certain state that we will then check if that is indeed the state is true, then we can change whatever we want to change. Which also means that I will have to create a boolean at the top here. I'm going to call this bool, call it is create account clicked, and make it false at first. A rather long name, but it's very descriptive and we're going to go with it. Okay, so we're going to set that state when this button is clicked. We're going to set that to false or true, okay? The boolean that we just created. So I'm going to say set state. There is a given method, right? Set state, hit enter. It's given because we are indeed inside of a stateful widget. That is important to remember. That's the reason why we didn't make this a stateless, because we actually need to keep track of certain states. Hence, we're given this set state, right? So what we want to happen? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say if, right? Create an if statement here. So in this case, if is create account. So the boolean we just created. If that is not true, I'm going to just append an exclamation mark there, exclamation point. If that's the case, then we want to do something. We're going to make is created, going to toggle it, right? And make it true, right? Else, I'm going to say is created account clicked is going to be false. So this is how we're going to be toggling it to say when we click this create account, if the create account is not true, then it's going to be true, right? It's create account. Else it's going to be false. So we're going to be toggling it. Now to see this in action, we're going to play a little game here. So you see here, we have this text that says form goes here. So essentially this, we're going to change this according to when we tap create account, according to the state of our boolean when we tap here, right? Fun. So let's see, how do we do that? Well, here's what I can do. So inside of this text here, I can actually call the is created, right? If it's true, I'm using a ternary operator here. I'm going to say if this is true, if created account clicked is true, then this is going to happen. Form goes here. In this case, I'm going to say create ACCT form. Else, we say with colon, we're going to say login form like this, all right? Let's save. Let's see if this is true. All right, it says login form because create account, of course, is false. And of course, we should have changed the name as well of our create account because, we don't need that. But if I click here, create account form now should be showing because that means we want create account. If I click back, it should be login form. And let's do the same with our create account so that it really has the same kind of behavior. So forget about this behavior here. Just remember, we are just looking at this text now, right? So I want to just show you what is the thought process behind this. Okay, so we're going to change also the wording there. To do so, yes, I think you can actually do this because it's going to be the same thing as we did with this text there. But I'm going to go to create account here, do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to say is create account. If it's true, I'm going to just say instead of create account, it's going to be already have an account. Okay, forget the exclamation mark. Else, I'm going to say create account. Let's save this. Everything is formatted. If we go back, check this out. Create account, login form, click, already have an account, create account form. There we go. It works, right? So in this case here, the create account form will show if you already have an account, click here, then you are ready to log in. So it's exactly the same behavior we have here. In this case here, because we want to sign in, it just says sign in and we have the sign in form. But if we want to create an account already, right? It's going to give us the create account. In that case, if we decide that we already have an account, I can come down here, click on already have an account and go like that. So that is the logic. I know I'm taking my time here, but I just want to give you the actual logic, how and why I'm thinking this way, and you should also think in this case. Because now you will notice it's way easier and everything is more compact because we're using this simple logic of toggling a certain variable, in this case a boolean, to give the user the ability to choose whether they want to create an account or they already have an account and they're ready to sign in.